Hello, and welcome to another Axis and Allies League game. Today we're playing Tonigl. Let's take a look. Do we have his profile here? So, looks like he's been playing for a long time. Been a rank 12 Axis at the end of the season. Platinum Allies, so looks like he's been playing a long time. Based on the current season, he only barely did his placement matches, so looks like he's mostly active in the custom scene. So let's get into the game. Alright, let's take a look at his build. 3 artillery, 4 infantry. So that's a non-standard build. Usually this is better at fending off Ukraine stacks, but it basically is a free invitation for us to take Karelia the first turn, and that's exactly what I plan to do. Gonna buy the bomber because it discourages the UK from doing a turn 1 fleet drop with standard dice. I'll hit. That should be enough to take him out. I don't want to go for any more because then if I want to stack Karelia, I can only put one. I can't put an infantry there. And I don't like giving things for free. I guess actually since he didn't buy the tanks, it's even more free. Let's punch it into the calculator real quick. What do my odds look like there with... It's a 96% capture. If I add an extra infantry, it only gives me 0.6 IPC profit. I don't think I want any more than that. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's do it. Usually don't add the AA gun when there's less than 2 tanks because I don't really need to add planes to make that juicy, and I can just add a token amount of land units to get a very cheap anti-aircraft gun, or at least that's the way I view it. It's kind of that fuzzy line between forcing Germany to invest more land units or risk planes versus just giving someone cheap value. Okay, that's not the start we wanted. I didn't expect 2 hitbacks, but sometimes the opponent gets the better end of the dice. What can you do? And that sub hits. Well, pretty poor Germany won, all things considered. We lost 2 there. We got some bad dice there. I'm going to just do my default profile because I have no subs to submerge and I don't want to play any tricks with AA. When they don't buy the tanks, I'm not going to move an anti-aircraft gun here like some people do to make them have worse odds. I'm just going to flat out move infantry to give myself a scarier stacking force. I prefer the guys to go there. The Baltic states to potentially threaten an Archangel stack if they want to be greedy and stack Ukraine. It's almost never a good idea to stack Ukraine the first when they have a Karelia stack, because once you lose West Russia, you can't add your planes, and then it becomes much more difficult to retain it. So, middling, poor dice, but we'll survive. I think the advantage our opponent gives us in holding Karelia and having intense West Russia pressure after the first round is nice compensation. Of course, he has a better overall unit mix, but hopefully we can eke out more value. Oh, why are 2 AA guns going there? More value because of his strategic decisions rather than dice. Unfortunately, we don't have any subs, so he's probably going to kill my battleship since he doesn't need a whole lot to take out C-Zone 7. In fact, he might even be able to do a fleet drop now because of just the low risk of this going sour. But what can you do? Alright, that's it for now. See you guys next time for Japan 1. Welcome back. It's Japan 1. Let's see what Tony did. He bought 3 land units and 2 fighters. It looks like he decided to forego the near free fleet drop, which kind of surprises me, but if he wants to, hold West Russia, that does make some sense. Let's see his combat. Killed the transport for free, killed the battleship, that's pretty standard. Killed the destroyer in 60. That's a little strange because if he kills it, this fighter shouldn't be here. It should have reached Szechuan. What did he do? He hit it with 1 cruiser. Oh my goodness, that's a 50% chance for the transport to live. And if the transport lives, that's a huge advantage for the that's a huge advantage for me. And it looks... what else did he do? 1 fight. Yeah, he didn't hit the cruiser because he wanted 2 planes in West Russia. Man, this is some gutsy play by him. Alright, well, I guess it paid off, huh? So, we'll just do the standard buy with a bit of India pressure. Oh, how did he do in Transjordan? I didn't see. No losses. Wow. Pretty good round. I don't think he can complain about those results. I'll just do my standard move with a little twist here. Not gonna bother. I never go for that aircraft carrier if it has a fighter. It's just not worth it. This always feels a little awkward. I wonder if I'm better bringing the tank in, but I don't really want to bring the tank in because I need I need to save the tank if I want maximum India pressure. Do I go in with the extra battleship? I think it's okay to do that. I'll just leave a fighter here, right? He doesn't have a bomber, so his odds of capture are pretty low with just the US. Alright, let's go with this. I started doing the 2 infantry to Burma now. I'm not sure if it's optimal or not, but I like ensuring the capture. Or at least increasing the odds of taking it so you get that extra income. Oh. Well, there goes our India 3 timing, huh? Ugh, that's the other one you really don't want to lose, because it makes it very challenging to pressure Yakut with just one infantry. Let's see, these guys can only land here. I only need 3 infantry here. There's no real chance of stacking West Russia, so I'm going to keep my planes back to threaten Yakut with 3 fighters and a bomber. Well, not a fantastic turn. I suppose it could be worse, but it could certainly be better. I did get about the average loss. You're supposed to lose 2 to 3 fighters. Infantry is Japan. The problem is I lost them in the places I don't want. Like, this is a place I can lose them. Burma is an okay place to lose them, but Yunnan and Buryatia are the worst places to lose those infantry. But you don't get to pick your dice, so I think we'll be okay. Alright, that's it for now. See you guys next time for Germany 2. Welcome back. It's Germany 2. Let's take a look what Tony did. US went for a extra greedy build here. He's not buying the destroyer. And look, it sent one guy towards India, and that's about it. Russia did 8-1. That shows he plans to play a more passive game. Hit Ukraine, lost 2 infantry. I mean, good hitbacks for us, but not a lot done. So here, I'm just going to buy 10 infantry and 2 artillery. The artillery are to increase the pressure in Karelia. And let's get on with it. I'll send one more towards Archangel. I do have the opportunity to take the 50-50 on his cruiser, but if I win, it dies next turn no matter what with the battleships. Whereas if I pull it back, that'll at least force him to take it into consideration, and maybe I can shoot down a plane. Blitz Egypt. I don't feel comfortable stacking Egypt because when the UK does the plane buys, we really don't have any chance to take out India. So no real reason to allow him to clear us out of Africa quickly when we can try to milk this income for as long as possible. All right, I think that'll do. Got it. All right. Decent enough turn. But we didn't really do much. So let's shove all we can up into Karelia. Let's stack this. I'm sending the artillery this way because, well, I just can't be bothered to send it any other way. And usually you ironically actually do want the artillery in Berlin to zone out France stacks. I don't usually play Germany with the idea in mind of kicking Russia, killing Russia. Normally just want to play a little bit more slow, passive game. Let's see, how many units do I have here? 14, 18, 20 units. He has 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, I can even take a tank back to have a little bit more pressure on Ukraine here. 6 units should be enough here. I like the bomber. Oh, that's only 5. Maybe I won't put the bomber here. 5 units should be enough to make this a bad fight for him, no matter which way he attacks it. But if we add the bomber in, he might just try to do a 2-1 attack, and I'd rather not lose my bomber, especially when it doesn't serve too much purpose zoning out C Zone 10. Ideally, when I see them going for a West Russia stack, I try to push a little bit more towards breaking Karelia, if possible. It's not breaking Karelia, chasing him out of West Russia, that is. All right, 2 artillery there. And pretty standard start here. All right, see you guys next time for Japan 2. Welcome back, it's Japan 2. Let's take a look what Tony did. He bought a destroyer, aircraft carrier, and 3 land units. Interesting that he bought a destroyer. I guess if he doesn't plan to take out the cruiser. So he has 2, 4, 6. And he doesn't plan to reinforce. He could reinforce this with the US. Interesting that he bought a destroyer. Yeah, he just took Northwestern Europe. He didn't even want to blitz Egypt. Apparently he's afraid of an India 3. But I don't really have India 3 odds after I lost 2 in Yunnan. So a little interesting there. So I'm going to buy 6 infantry and a complex, stock standard stuff. I see he only has an infantry and a fighter in range of Alaska, so I'm going to go for that. I think that's about all I got. I love taking Alaska turn 2. It's so annoying. The U.S. has to defend Western U.S. That completely screws up their logistics and purchase. I've become addicted to it. I don't really have anything else to do this turn, huh? Pretty easy. I'm a little tempted to bomb something whenever I don't have a target to hit, but I don't like bombing Russia because this early bomber is so important. And if you bomb Moscow, it doesn't do anything because you can just build in Caucasus. So you have to get at least 2 or 3 bombing raids off to do something. And there's just a big chance of losing your bomber. And I don't like doing that unless I'm behind. So of course, we have to defend our young buck here. I'm going to dedicate a fighter to it. I will protect the carrier. I don't think there's any... His carrier protection even makes it... He can't even hit the carrier. He can only hit it with a sub, so putting carrier protection doesn't do anything. Okay. He doesn't have a bomber. Where did his bomber go? battleship. Do I want to try to defend this? He can't really hit me. He can't really hit me in any of these, right? He can potentially hit me there with the tank. Goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I guess I'll just move 2 here. I'm going to move all the infantry out of Bury because he doesn't have any other target for his planes. Whoops. So why give his planes something to do when we can keep them barefoot and pregnant? All right. I guess I can just move the sub out here-ish to potentially back up that destroyer. What do I want to do with these blokes? I don't know. What do I want to do with this bomber? I don't really need the bomber here because I won't be able to retake Alaska if he captures it. He's unlikely to try to defend Western Australia. I mean, I guess I could put the bomber here, but it wouldn't really make sense for him to force stack that, right? I have 2 planes, 2 bombards. I believe that's a bad fight overall for him if he wants to try to defend it. So maybe the sub, maybe a better place for the sub. Is here? No. I don't think the sub positioning matters too much. Transport next turn, I might. I'll just keep it with this group that doesn't have the destroyer. I don't know what to do with that sub. Probably doesn't make much of a difference. It might, though. Okay, I'll just move it out here to maybe zone him from bringing this stuff back. Group up with the destroyer. Don't have a full plan. Yeah, okay, so he can just tippy-tip take that back. And oh, you know what? I just thought of something. It's good to keep the planes possibly in. What are the odds he takes Yakut 3 infantry? Not that great, but I guess this fighter could go 1, 2, 3, 4. The bomber could hit it. I mean, maybe I'll just leave a plane, 1 plane here. No, I like the planes more pressuring India. I think it's highly unlikely he'll go for Yakut there. And I'll have 3 planes I can hit it with. 2 planes and 2 land units. Should be good enough. Oh, I love having naked transports. Alright, that's it for now. See you guys next time for Germany 3. Welcome back. It's Germany 3. Let's take a look at what Tony did. He bought a lot of land units and no transport, so that's exactly the effect we're looking for here by dropping Alaska. Look at that huge slowdown we've caused him. Enormous slowdown in the pressure USA can apply to Japan. So that's looking fantastic. For combat, he got a bombing raid. Took the freebies, unfortunate, but it happens. So this turn, instead of repairing, I think I'm just going to buy a fighter to help give me really damning odds if he wants to go into the med. I should be able to slam him down with, great looking odds, and I don't have to repair more than one at least. Alright, so for this turn, I'm going to really not be hitting that much. I want to retreat this into C-Zone 4. I want him to have to trade planes, not destroyers, if he wants to take it. This just looks like a giant juicy steak to me. Let's see, that should be enough. I could add an additional fighter there, but I really want my fighters to be in Berlin because I'm going to have fewer units placed there this turn, and I'm also planning to zone out a med shock if possible. Oh yeah, what did his Russia do? Hit Archangel, killed one, lost one. Hit Ukraine. Oh, lost two. What did he hit Ukraine with? Wow, he got really bad dice there. Wow. I'll take it. Feel a little guilty, but I don't hold my nose up against luck I didn't deserve. Now, you got a hit. Alright, let's plop that guy there. Pull him to C-Zone 4. Stuff an AA in him. There's no real reason for me not to move forward here. I guess I could move those blocks there. Trying to decide if I want to stack here. Might be better to just land these guys here, because if I were him, I would definitely hit Baltic states if possible, and then take France with the USA. Oh, why is that there? I guess I can keep this AA here in case he wants to go after Italy. I'm going to place 3 infantry there in AA. That should make it an unappealing attack for him when he could just march on through and take Africa for free. Should be ultra super safe there. I ran the numbers. It's IPC negative here. If he does a 2-1 attack, he'll lose all pressure in Africa. It's still IPC negative for him, but he'll lose all of this income, and it wouldn't be a great attack, and he won't be able to take France, so I don't think he'll be liable to go for that if he has a choice. So he can hit here with 4 planes, 2 infantry. What if I move the AA gun back? Let me see. Am I actually safe in Karelia with this? He does have a unnervingly strong stack there, so we'll plug away with our nerdy calculator here. Oh, he actually has really good odds. Okay, change of plans. I have to put everything there. I want to trade Russia down, so I don't mind double stacking here. And might as well, better to give Baltic states for free than to give his planes a good target, because they don't really have a good target right now. Kind of hate giving him the opportunity to stack Ukraine, but I don't really have much of a choice. With all of this, that should be very safe, right? Yeah, ultra safe. Nice and cozy. The type of area you wouldn't mind your kids walking home from school unattended. Okay, fighter here. Bam, bam, bam. It's probably going to be the peak of German income. 41, just what we started with when we were born, and the most we're probably gonna have for the rest of the game. But all things considered, ooh, actually our attack power lead is really bad for round 3. Not liking that at all. What happened? Can't recall that I get bad. I guess I haven't gotten the better side of the dice. I guess I got this turn was good, but I just felt he'd been making suboptimal moves, giving me advantages that he didn't need to, so I felt like I was ahead, but it seems he's actually in a stronger position material-wise, so was a little off there. Anyway, that's it for now. See you guys next time for Japan 3. Welcome back. It's Japan 3 here, and let's take a look at what Tony did. Bought 7 land units in a transport, bringing his count up to 4. It's a little interesting. Usually you don't do 4 transports. At least, well, you still have India, because you can't usually support 12 units a turn and buying planes, so interesting. For combat, took France for free, took Burma. Looks like he hit Alaska, killed 1, lost 1. A little confused as to why he pulled back, but because well, maybe plans to pick that tank up earlier, who knows. Anyway, for this turn, I'm going to buy 8 units, a transport, and a fighter. And let's as always, start out with the easy moves. Can never have too much overkill. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Looks good. I'm not going to go after Hawaii because it's, well, do I want to go after Hawaii? Not terribly badly. I mean, I can always go after it the next turn, and it kind of disrupts my logistics. No, I think it's more important to put pressure on Russia. We got Alaska. These guys will eventually take Hawaii. Yeah, I feel it's more important to pump out as many units as we can to pressure Russia into giving up West Russia for Germany and hopefully sending reinforcements. I don't know. I think there's an argument to be made for doing either, but in this case, I'm just going to let them retake it. Or should I? I'm a little torn now. Having a change of heart, possibly. Maybe it is better to take it. Or at least attempt to take it. I don't know. I am buying another transport, so I'll only have a little bit of excess units. Yeah, I guess I'll take it. Income is income. I can't defend Alaska. I was planning to pull it out originally, but I don't think it makes too much of a difference either way. It is going to be a little annoying having this transport able to run rampant, but we'll see how it goes. Nice, we got it. Got this fight too, not that there was much suspense. But some people laugh at me in the comments saying, Blacktide, why did you bring 6 planes? There was no need. 3 planes was enough, but I've had times where 5 planes have missed. And I'm sure you guys have as well. Guess it's okay to put them there. Bomber, I don't have a strong opinion on where it goes. Suppose I don't need the cruiser there, because either he retakes it and I only get 1 bombard, in which case having more defense here is probably smarter, or I could potentially have the bomb. This might be a good spot for the bomber to add a little bit more pressure onto Australia. I can also hit Burma from here. I think that's a reasonable take. I'll defend here. I kind of hate moving the destroyer here, but I'm just a smidgen afraid that he'll hit this with the sub and the fighter. I'll hit one, he hits one. You know, the destroyer dies, or sorry, the sub dies, and then he just takes out the aircraft carrier with the submarine and kill the transport while he's at it. So I'd rather not have that happen. Maybe I should send the submarine this way. I already have the destroyer. Maybe I'll set my defense profile to destroyer last. reset that, because I may need the submarine here to block in case I want to defend 2 territories against this sub. Having a cruiser and a sub is usually sufficient defense compared to, you know, just a cruiser, which is a 50-50 battle. Okay. I think this is good. Just want to make sure there's not a hidden bomber somewhere. Okay, I guess we can put this transport here so it has more options. We're going to have a few too many units placed here in Japan. I would have bought a bomber, but I kind of had a change of heart on whether I should hit Alaska. My first thought was keep the logistics perfect, but my next thought was, you know, it's going to be at least 2 more turns, maybe 3 before I'm hitting Hawaii, and having it for 3 turns is like 6 IPC difference over time. So yeah, that's probably worth more than a little logistical inefficiency, or at least that's what I'm telling myself. All right, that's it for now. See you guys next time for Germany 4. Welcome back. It's Germany 4. Let's take a look at what Tony did. He bought a complex here. He bought a transport and 6 infantry. I'm actually a little tempted to go out and try to bully him out of that complex, but probably not worth it. Combat, he hit Archangel, no loss. What did he hit it with? Oh, that was a little bit risky, but I guess it paid off for him. Let's see, Russia, 7 infantry, no losses, no losses. So he had 2 perfect rounds. What a lucky bloke. So, since we've been bombed, I'm only going to buy 13 units and 1 repair. Let's shift our stack here. Poke these guys up here. I'm only going to send 1 unit here. I'm going to send 1 unit here after Finland just to try and pressure him to do it, to retake it, because he has the way his forces. Oh, of course, we should blitz this. Not worth going down here. He can kind of trap us. Just try to, excuse me, maintain this income. Three or so IPCs a turn for as long as we can here. Every turn we hole up here, it's like an extra free infantry for us, which adds up over time. I'm going to keep these guys here to deter a med shock. And okay, I think that should do it. I'd love simple turns. Well, simple turns where I'm in a healthy position. Germany turns are usually far from simple the longer the game goes on. It's by far the hardest faction to play well. Oh man, he had a perfect round and now he has perfect hitbacks? Is that legal? Well, at least Archangel didn't hit back. Alright, well, we got something there. Okay, I'm going to send 1 guy up there. I'm going to send 4 units here because I will need to start reinforcing India at some point. Not India, Karelia. So these guys are kind of going to do the little shuffle. They'll trade here. If there's excess, they'll move to Belorussia. I should be safe for a while yet. He is mostly infantry, no artillery, and Japan's going to be moving up into Russia's business next turn. So his turns where he can stack West Russia should be limited to 1 or 2 more turns. Okay, and I'm going to place 3 infantry there. That should keep that safe. This should be safe, but I'll add 1 extra infantry in case they want to do a combination attack. Anti-aircraft are protected. I guess I can just change Japan back to default. I'm not going to even exit and reload because it's not super material that happens. A little tempted to keep some units here. Can I stack that? It'll be dicey. He has a lot of units here. I can't really afford to I don't think I need to skimp and scrape. Actually, he's ahead. Wow, head turn 4. I keep thinking I'm in a great position, but my dice haven't been good. I feel tactically I've been outplaying him, but not in terms of dice rolls, so I'm actually not as comfortable as I'd like to be. So I'm not gonna try to stack Baltic and Germany. I'm just gonna keep these rock solid safe, and we'll play from there. Okay, put the artillery in Berlin because I like to deter France stacks, and I don't usually try for aggression at this point in the game against Russia. I just try to stall. Alright, what's the battle board says? We're ahead a smidgen after our turn, but we're actually behind in attack power, but hopefully we'll be able to equalize the income pretty soon with Japan. We'll complete the island circuit next turn, hopefully, and we'll be able to keep trading with Russia from here on out. Alright, that's it for now. See you guys next time for Japan 4. Welcome back. It's Japan 4. Let's look at the scoreboard, and we're behind a little from Tonigl. But let's take a look at his move. He bought 9 land units and a transport. What? Why is he buying another transport? He has 5. He has 5 transports here. That has to be a mistake. There's no way. That makes no sense. Why would you do that? All right. Hit Northwestern Europe, took Transjordan for free, killed 1, lost 1 in Finland, no losses in Karelia, no losses in Burma, so all around pretty good round for him. So for this round, I'm going to purchase 8 infantry and 2 planes since I have a little bit of an excess here in Japan. And can I actually stack? Can I actually stack this? Let me see. What can I put here? 9. He has 4, 5, 8, 9 units. Okay, maybe stacking it's not just yet. 3, I don't need 3. I guess I could add an artillery. I mean, artilleries are there to be used, are they not? I'd feel actually more comfortable sending an artillery here. I'm a little bit low on attack power, so let's add something there. It's a little tempting to eye that target there. Okay, I can hit like this. I'm trying to decide if I should add an extra infantry or not. I don't really like scavenging. I kind of wanted to do a full load there, but I think this makes some sense to maneuver my... Because if I don't include it, it's a 53% capture with 2 infantry, and it's 84% capture with 3. So I think even though it's logistically inefficient, I wanted to just grab units here and fly off into the sunset. It probably is the better choice to do it this way. All right, I think this makes sense. So weird to feel I'm behind, like, because I feel like I've been strategically playing well, but just because you're strategically playing well doesn't mean you're doing well. I'm like, how am I behind? I feel like everything I want to happen is happening, but I'm still behind in attack power, so... Alright, that's a 1. That's a 2. Well, I guess I'm glad I was logistically inefficient. Got it. Nice. Okay, so... Let's see, we killed 8, lost 3. So a little... that's probably about average, honestly speaking. I guess I kind of need to... I actually don't need to keep this destroyer here. I can move this bad boy forward to try to zone out the competition. Yeah, I don't have to put that destroyer there. We'll put these guys here. The sub won't reach us in time. I'll move... He doesn't have a bomber anymore, so I guess I'll just reinforce here. Let's move these handsome fellows up. I'll move 1 tank into Karelia to give myself a little bit more mobility. I guess I can move this guy up. don't want to land the bomber with only 2 infantry protecting that area, so I guess I'll land it here. Oh, I'm a little indecisive here. This is as good a spot as any. Can pressure India a little bit. I can hit all of these zones. I'll move a fighter here. That's 4 units. What's my defense profile looking like? I guess they can't even reach. Okay, I think that's good. Normally I start double stacking Archangel, Vologda and such, but I really don't have that many units, so I don't want to trade too heavily against Russia until I have enough units to reinforce, which I don't currently have, at least in my opinion. Really nice that we got all of the islands turn 4. This is going to give us, 48 IPCs. Very pleased with that. Okay, is everything good? Like to double check everything, because sometimes when there's a lot of moving parts you can miss, like, oh yeah, this sub can just sprint to Sea Zone 61 and kill all your transports, if you don't leave a battleship there, so on and so forth. Okay, it looks pretty good actually. The only thing I'm a little regretful of is that I can't defend Alaska if I send a transport there. Once the sub moves here, he can goal keep Alaska, but that's just the nature of the beast with how I'm having to defend, and maneuver my fleet, so on and so forth. So can't always get everything. Sometimes you have to make sacrifices. All right, I guess I can hit the end turn. Won't keep you guys hostage. Ooh, 48 APCs, that feels good. And now you can see, well, you almost always take the IPC lead after your turn. If you don't take the attack power lead after your turn, it usually indicates the game's favored in one side or the other. But all right, that's it for now. See you guys next time for Germany 5. Welcome back. It's Germany 5. Let's take a look what Tony did. Looks like it's even Steven attack power wise. For USA, he bought more transports, 8 land units, did a nasty bombing raid, hit Kazakh, and we nailed a fighter. So nice job us. We finally punished one of those cheeky air raids. Okay, 6 land units for Russia. No losses Ukraine, no losses Archangel. And the time for buying air units is over. We're going to repair Berlin and buy 12 infantry. So let's continue our part-time job of hitting Russia as hard as we can. I don't know if I want to hit this with 1 infantry or if I want to hit it with more. I do want to strafe this a little bit. It's kind of a low risk, low reward sort of attack, but it'd be nice to kill the AA gun. And if it fails, it sucks, but all life goes on. he is kind of getting quite a few units here in West Russia, which I am getting a little concerned about, but I should be okay here. As far as Africa goes, anywhere I move, he's going to slam me. I suppose I could technically move into Libya, but I think it's just better to stay put. If he wants to hit me with his planes, he can, but that's his prerogative. I'm going to make sure he has to risk planes if he wants to hit this with odds. You could probably do it with the US, so, hitting Libya is looking more and more attractive now that I think of it. Because otherwise the US, he can hit it with, well, let's see. I guess he can't hit it with more than 2 land units. I should be expected to get 3 hit backs if he does 2 land units, 2 planes. United Kingdom has pretty decent odds on it. But if he hits Egypt, that means he's not hitting Burma. I'm always wondering, should I send 2 units here to take northwestern Europe? I don't think it's worth sending more than 1, so I won't. All right. Nice. Shame. Let's hope I don't get 3 hits. Well, I had to see that coming, didn't I, huh? Well, I suppose, even if it all gets wiped out, I mean, how much is that worth? I killed 11 IPCs worth of units. I risked 14. I got 12. As long as I get 1 hit back, I suppose technically I'm at a profit. How many units do I need here to be safe? Let me... Because I originally planned to keep 12 units here. I'm going to build 8. This should keep me safe. Let me quickly run my odds on Karelia here. I really, really don't want to lose Karelia to the Russians just bulldozing it. Okay, his odds are 40%. Probably have to park some Japanese fighters here. It was a little frustrating that I got the 1-turn capture. What did I calculate the odds of that being? The odds were 11%, but it happens. I'll get over it. If Karelia wasn't so close to falling, I'd send a tank back to blitz into northwestern Europe, but the odds, especially if he does a suicidal attack with the UK, I really don't want to risk it. But at the same time, he has pretty decent odds on Berlin. He does have 5 transports. Well, actually, let me rerun the numbers on Berlin, because I killed those 2 infantry. How many units do I actually need to keep there? suppose I can scrimp a little, keep one fighter here, put a tank there. I think this looks a little bit better. Now he has, odds on Berlin are 18.7%. I think I can live with that. With the two-way attack. Yeah, it's a pretty tight game. So I don't think he's going to take a YOLO move like this early. Especially when he has juicy cheese here in Finland. Juicy, juicy cheese. Do I want to add a AA gun there? It's a legitimate question. I don't think I do, because he can just Hulk smash a bunch of units here. So the planes won't really... I don't know. Maybe I will just add a AA gun there and say, come at me, bro. And turn AA to die first. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's the right choice, but it certainly makes me more likely to get a certain amount of hitbacks. Let's see, hit with 7 units. I don't know, would he even... Maybe he wouldn't even stack that, because I should have pretty good odds of counterattacking him. So maybe putting an AA gun there is okay. But I'll definitely need to put Japanese fighters here. I don't know if this is right. Didn't really want to capture. I just wanted a cheap anti-aircraft gun. Is that so much to ask? Yeah. Not my finest turn, but it could be worse. Alright, well, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time for Japan 5. Welcome back. It's Japan 5. Let's take a look what Tony did. He bought 11 land units. That's right, he has 5 transports, so it makes some sense. He hit Finland. What did he hit it with? Hit it with 7 units, 2 bombards. Got a good result there, only lost 2 infantry. Hit Sea Zone 4, we killed the destroyer, which is nice, but it doesn't really help us any. And he got a ridiculously good result in Egypt. He hit us with 6 units, and he killed 5 units and lost 1, so that's was a pretty gross result by him. It's a little disgusting, you know, the type that makes you dry heave a little bit, but... And he got a strafe off in Burma. No losses. Or, he didn't lose anything. I lost infantry, which is a good result for him as well. So, for our plan, I'm just going to move these transports here to start pressuring Africa. He's got a ton of units here, so probably just going to take Madagascar and, you know, maybe dance around the coast a little bit. So we're just going to buy 9 infantry, 2 fighters, keep building our air force. Wish this destroyer was in range, but it's not. And I think that's about long and short of it. Combat-wise, at least. Got it. Alright. Nothing too spectacular here. Let's... do all this fancy non-combat. He doesn't have a lot of planes in range of Burma, so I'm just going to keep stacking it there. Oh, I think I'll send a battleship and maybe... I don't know, how many units do I really need? He has 3 fighters here, so maybe I'll send some fighters to escort it. This guy's going to go here. Can this sub-attack this area? It can. It certainly can. I don't know if I need the battleship. Maybe I'll just take the sub. Submarine and a destroyer should be sufficient to defend it. Guess I can always add the cruiser. This zone should be pretty safely defended, right? It's a shame I can't really make much of a push over into Alaska like I would prefer. Maybe I can move this battleship up here. He can't actually attack me in... he can't actually attack C-Zone 61, can he? His bomber goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dead. Yeah. I don't actually have to defend C-Zone 61, so I can put my Navy up here to facilitate more aggression. Can I stack... Novo? Oh. What fighters are going here? Where are they coming from? I guess that makes more sense since they have less range. These fighters are probably just going to end up hitting Burma, but that's okay. They're serving their purpose to give us more options. What can he attack this with? Let's run the numbers real quick. He can hit me with 7 infantry, 4 artillery, 2 tanks, 2 fighters, and I'm going to have 3 infantry, 2 artillery, tank, 3 fighters, and that is a plus 30 IPC battle for him. Okay, maybe we don't want to do that. I guess I can keep these guys hot and heavy over there. Has India super heavily defended, so I'm not feeling like there's a lot of gain for me to park the fighters in range of it. I do have a lot of planes though, but I am a little concerned about Karelia now that I had that failed strafe. Should probably buy an AA gun. Maybe I'll put a note. Should I move this guy also into Karelia? I think it makes sense. It's best to defend Karelia. It's going to be a little bit light here since I don't really have a great way to reinforce it. Check my defense profile, default. I think I can go with anti-aircraft protection on Germany. Exit and reload. Okay, I think this looks good. We're making some progress with Japan. Might start double stacking some of these territories now. Put a little bit more pressure, try to trade more units out of Russia. I really want Germany to be able to trade out West Russia as soon as possible. $49, very nice. Once we have Madagascar, that will be even better. And it's a pretty tight game here, attack power-wise. I thought I had a little bit of lead, but that Finland Fumbly Bumbly and his extremely good dice in Egypt and other places, I think that lead has been eroded. So, tight game. See you guys next time for Germany 6. Welcome back. It's Germany 6. Let's look at the scoreboard and see what Tony did. Looks like he's pulled ahead, 12 attack power. Man, it just surprises me that I'm behind because I feel like I've been making all the right moves, but sometimes that's just how it is. So, US, he bought more transports, 9 land units. Combat bombing raid, hit France with a suicide attack, trying to get our AA gun. 6 units purchased, hit Ukraine, lost 1, hit Archangel, lost none. So pretty good turn for him. This turn I'm gonna buy 10 units and an AA gun for Karelia. He gave me a good strafe opportunity here. Let's hope it doesn't blow up in my face like last time. Let's try to trade Northwestern Europe here. It's not super important that I get it, but I should at least attempt to trade it when I have this many planes. Yeah, not much to do as Germany other than run the numbers. was a 12%. Ah. That creates a problem. My luck with strafes. Okay, I need to see what can be done here. Is that the second time in a row I've turned a strafe into a capture? Son of a... It is. I mean, it's the right move. It's just a bad result. Okay, hold on. Man, I have to calculate some numbers to see what if I can defend this or not. Be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. I ran some numbers, and basically it should be a bad fight for him in Finland. But it's going to be a lot of trouble for me if he decides to stack Karelia. I might not be able to get it back. So what I'm going to have to do here is try my best to dead zone Karelia from the Russians stacking it. They shouldn't be able to stack it too hard, I hope. Pretty please with sugar on top. But I have to give up France. Don't really have a choice there. The fighters... I need to land them here to protect this from US and US and UK drops. 21 units should keep Berlin safe, plus what I'm going to be producing. Man, these failed strafes are just killing me. They're supposed to be like 1 in 10s, but I've gotten 2 1 in 10 chances twice in a row. I mean, when your opponent gives you value, you have to take it, but sometimes the dice don't cooperate, and your dice are just a little bit too good for their own good. So, yeah. Now I think I understand where I'm losing my value in this game. It's little moves like that. This is also a slightly positive attack for United Kingdom to hit, but what can you do? Alrighty, that's it for now. I'll catch you guys next time for Japan 6. Welcome back. Yeah. It's Japan 6. I've been having some monitor issues. I don't know what the issue is. My screen keeps going black on my end, and I'm not sure why, but let's see what Tony did. He bought 9 land units, took France for free, did a suicide bombard on Finland, killed one in Northwestern, got Kazakh, so Nothing too crazy here. So this is my problem here. It's IPC even for the USA to hit this, which is naturally not acceptable because he'll definitely do that. So I have to protect this with at the same time not making it so well protected that I have to sacrifice fighters. So for this turn, I'm going to buy 9 infantry, 2 planes, and let's see what sort of miracle we can whip up, if any. Alright, well, we can start out by taking Alaska. We can take Madagascar and start some encroachment here in Africa. I don't think we're going to get too much done there, but hey, one IPC a turn adds up over time. I think that's about all I got. I could consider trying to stack unit. No, UK just has too much. There's no India timing here. Ah, these Finland failed strafes are going to be the death of me. I can't not do them because they're just super profitable and he's giving me meat. I should eat it, but problem is I'm biting bone here when I'm trying to eat his meat. Anyway. Not a shocker. He submerged the sub, but there was no risk in going for it. Got that. Captured Archangel. Okay. I have to sacrifice these tanks to discourage him from attacking. I think I don't really want to do this, but I think I have to stack Novosibirsk right here. I think I have to do it because it's just too tempting of a target for him to try to stack Karelia with the Russians, and it could be a game-losing move if he does. Like, I have to hit it, but it won't be a good time for me. It'll be a bad time. Let's split these guys up. Send them home. I don't really need to add aircraft carrier here, so I won't. I could posture here to take Africa, but he's got so many units here clumped up, ready to defend. It's just not a really appealing target to get my boats out of position to not do much when he has that many troops there. I'd rather scoop the guys up off the island than waste my time over there. Let's see if we can send... no, I don't want to send these guys too far out of the way. It's always a conundrum if I want to send this submarine out to zone out Africa or defend. I think I'll just have this guy chill with his pals here. And I can decide if I want to go scoop up some islands here at some point and escort it with maybe a destroyer and a sub. Because I just feel like zoning out Africa just is not meaningful when I don't really have any intention to go attack Africa. So let's see, how many units do I have here? It says this is an IPC negative attack for him. So I'm just putting this here to discourage him from taking Karelia. I want to force him to defend Russia. And I think that's my best move right now. 2 failed strafes have cost me it's cost me a lot. Strafes are frustrating, but well, that's part of the game. Part of the game. Sometimes you get those bottom 12%. Sometimes you get them 2 in a row. And you just have to accept those odds in order to play optimally. Doesn't mean I have to be happy about it, though. Alright, I think that's good. He doesn't have any bombers in range that can take out these transports. And, I mean, Japan's looking pretty good. Up, screen went black. Can't see a thing. So weird that's happening. I mean, it says we're ahead in attack power, but this next turn is going to be super important. If he just stacks Norway, and then he doesn't stack Karelia with Russia, I think we're going to be in a good shape. But if he hits this with the US, and or he stacks Karelia with Russia, we're in for a bad time. But we'll see. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time for Germany 7. Welcome back, it's Germany 7. Let's take a look at what Tony did. So he bought 4 artillery, a fighter, 5 infantry, his USA, did a bombing raid, got a great result there, killed the cruiser, no losses, hit Alaska, lost 1, so pretty good turn for him. He got, how many IPCs did he kill there? 6 plus 12, that's 18. Yeah, he got 23 IPCs killed and he lost 1, so pretty sweet. For Russia, bought 5 land units. We kicked his butt in Karelia. What did he hit it with? 5 units versus 3. We got lucky there. No such luck in Ukraine. So, the thing I was worried about didn't happen. He decided not to hit Finland or stack Karelia. Maybe this Novo, threat worked. And the price of this whole kerfuffle is going to be these 2 Japanese tanks. Oh yes, I'm just buying 10 infantry. I can't fully repair, so what can you do? Okay, let's hit like this. This should be fine. What are my odds of capturing France out of curiosity? 97.5. Okay, I don't want to risk more infantry for a really low probability of failure attack. I don't want to be investing too many units into trading with him. Nice. not so nice. Ew, not a great turn, is it? I've killed 3 and lost 3. Not what you're looking for on the attack. Well, yeah. Killed 1 more than we lost. Not a fantastic turn. But that's how it goes sometimes. Let's get the heck out of Finland. Alright. I'll place these happy campers here. Let's put 1 guy there to defend. We should be able to shush him out of West Russia next turn. I can't safely stack France as is. I mean, I can make it like IPC even if he does a 2-1 attack on it, but I just don't want to give him those odds. I think, let's look at the scoreboard. We're technically behind. You know, he didn't have a great turn, but I am confident in my ability with average dice. I believe I can outplay Tony. I notice his logistics are messed up. He has 5 transports here, and even if he moves all his infantry, he can only load them up with 3. So the odds of him wanting to go for France are extremely high in my mind, because he's not missing out on his logistics by hitting France. His logistics are boned. He had to buy a bunch of guys to defend Western. He's trading Alaska over and over, and I don't want to give him that opportunity. So I'm just going to sit here, turtled up. I don't need this many tanks here. I'm going to leave. No, I can always move the tanks next turn back into Berlin if I want to stack France. And I think that's what I will do, because next turn when he moves his transports here, he will, have access to these Norway guys, so I should be able to hit him much stronger. Yeah, I can't really safely do one of those sneaky tank Baltic transfers anymore. Need to make sure my defense profile is AA protection. It is. I have way too many guys in Berlin right now, but that's far better than way too few. And we have 3 IPCs saved up because we just couldn't spend them effectively. I mean, I guess I could have bought artillery or something, but that's not really how I want to spend my money. I don't like buying artillery. I just want to defend. I have enough artillery here to scare off a France stack, and that's all I need. Let's see the scoreboard. We're slightly ahead after our turn, which actually means we're behind. And we're going to lose these poor tanks. They died for our bad strafes. So Japan is pretty much all set to go. They're ready to rumble here. I can pretty much do whatever I want with them now. I just need to keep applying the pressure on Russia, and as long as I plug up Karelia, eventually I'll be able to topple him, despite how strong he is at 53 attack power. We should eventually overcome him. In fact, we might even be able to do a Kazakh stack this next turn if all goes to plan. We will see. But anyway, that's it for now. See you guys next time for Japan 7. Welcome back. It's Japan 7. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. You can see Tony's taking a lead again. And look at his purchase. So, flat out 11 land units. Making use of those 5 transports. For combat, he hit France. Looks like he failed. He hit it very light. Hit Finland. Killed those poor Japanese tanks. Burma, no losses. And very important that we took Kazakh here. Because now we can stack this. What did he hit Kazakh with? Two units and 2 fighters. The fact that he didn't sacrifice a fighter to take this is possibly a game-breaking mistake. And I'll show you why. So for our purchase, 9 infantry, 2 bombers. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Me mum told me bombers are all you need, and who doesn't trust their mum? If you don't, shame on you. Alright. For combat, I think I'm just gonna bomb Moscow. I don't usually like bombing that much. I am behind. Do I want to bomb here? I think I do, because I'm not really going to get a chance to zone out his navy, because he's going for a northwestern into a France stack here. I haven't ran the math on how well I can deter that. I can bring these tanks down, do a bunch of artillery buy. I think I can crush it. Not this turn, but next turn, maybe? But he can bring more US guys from Norway. But either way, it's going to be okay. At least that's what I'm feeling. Let's take these handsome fellas and... what do I want to hit? Maybe I'll just hit here, someplace they can't hit me back. I don't want to hit these spots because his fighters can go 1, 2, 3 and wipe us out. Here he has to risk 2 fighters against a battleship, which, according to the odds, it's a 50-50 battle. And I'm willing to take that because those odds. Because I am a little bit behind here, but him failing to sacrifice a fighter to take Kazakh, huge mistake in my opinion. Alright, let's get on with this. Oh good, we get to keep Alaska for 2 turns. Excellent. Not bad. And the extra bonus is if he decides to build out of Caucasus, we can just kill everything there. Oh, I so love trading Alaska every turn. It distracts the US, it gives us income. I don't know why I didn't do this more later. I thought, like, oh, you really have to focus on Russia, but I think I have a different mindset now, that it's not just focusing on Russia. It's when you hit the US, it buys Germany time. Every single unit that you force the United States to send here is a unit they don't send to Germany. going to send everything we absolutely can here. And we are going to put the screws on Russia because he's going to have trouble holding Caucasus next turn. He can't reach here, right? He doesn't have any. His bomber go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, can't reach. I guess I have to send this guy here to try to pick up some infantry off the islands. I don't really value the AA gun. Let's put these guys here so I can come back to defend Yunnan if I want. Not Yunnan, C-Zone 61 in case he gets a bomber in range. And I can safely shoo away this submarine over here. You know, I realize I just made a mistake. I forgot that this sub can hit here. So that's probably going to be a sunk battleship. But if he goes for that attack, it honestly doesn't impact us that much. I mean, it sucks. It loses value, but it means he can't hit Burma with good odds, so it's not game-breaking, but it was an oversight. I didn't see the submarine was in range. I guess I do technically get this IPC, but yeah, that changes the math. It goes from a 50-50 to a 90% clear. So, oops. That guy, no one can hit him. And this big stack here is hopefully what's going to give me an advantage. Being able to get the extra income from Caucasus, or even stack it. Or I can just pivot down to India. We'll see. That Kazakh stack is huge. The fact that he allowed me to get this big oversight on his part, in my opinion. The fact that he also went for this greedy West Russia stack. I mean, I don't mind greed, but I think not sacrificing a plane here or sending 3 units in was really bad by him, because there's no way he can hit this. I got 10 fighters, my dude. Wow, I have a lot more fighters than I'm used to having. And we're a little ahead on attack power, but you want to be more than that, because the US-Russia turn is where they get, I mean, they get a lot of IPCs. That's their biggest swing, but bombing raid helps a bit. Alright, well that's it for now. See you guys next time for Germany 7. Welcome back. It's Germany 8. Let's take a look at what Tony did. So you can see we got a bit of a deficit here on the scoreboard. And for the USA, he bought fighter, 10 land units, bombed us. Looks like he decided to sacrifice the sub to kill the transport. Not a bad move. I'm surprised I missed that. I guess I just wasn't paying attention, but it's not a big deal. We can kill it. And he took France, no losses. So, looks like he's gearing into a France stack since a few turns back we failed to stack failed to recapture Northwestern Europe. It's not ideal, but we'll deal with it. So I'm just going to repair And by 3 infantry, 6 artillery, I want to give ourselves a little bit more teeth. I'm considering on if I want to trade Finland. I don't think it hurts to trade Finland, actually. I think he's going to be siphoning everything he can to go back to northwestern Europe, or possibly France. So we should be okay on that front. And it's not bad to put some pressure on him, force him to split his units up, or, you know, and whatnot. France stack is kind of a death clock for the Axis, but it's not that super scary for us given our current situation. He actually probably can hit Karelia if he wanted to. I don't know if that's a winning play for him, though. I really need to start checking the combat moves instead of just hitting OK. Ooh. I think the math says I'm still supposed to go. Okay, got it. Well, that was an okay turn. Was an okay turn. I think I'm just going to put the fighters here just to give myself a little bit more defense. I don't feel the need to send too much back. I mean, he has 19 transports, so he can hit this pretty hard. I don't need to worry about trading Ukraine anymore since Japan's going to be taking Caucasus from here on out. Might take a dip down into take India, not right now, but maybe soon. And I think this is okay. There's no way he has odds on Berlin, right? Okay. Still want some pressure up here in Karelia. I might decide to go down to you know what? Maybe I don't. Maybe I'll just put everything down there. Now that I think about it, put a little bit more pressure on France, because once he's in France, I'm losing a lot of income, and he can trade out Italy, which is quite obnoxious in my opinion. So I'd like to delay that as long as we can to give Japan enough time to build up a stack to stack Caucasus. And then I think everything will be fine. Once we can hold Caucasus, we'll be able to dip down, take India, take over Africa, and then we don't have to worry about dying as Germany, because I can just keep flying more Japanese planes there while I gobble up the map and become rich. Alright, well, let's see. We are a little bit ahead after our turn, which is not really ahead, but I think it's an interesting position. So especially considering all those really costly strafes I had there in Finland. Anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time for Japan 8. Welcome back. It's Japan 8. Let's see what Tony did. He bought 10 infantry. Still going hardcore for that France stack. Can't blame him. Hit France. Got good results. Hit the transport and battleship. Got around average. The good news is I can take out this plane, so that is a win in my book. Taking out, I guess it's about even when you think about it, but I don't really mind. I'm probably gonna end up taking Africa by walking into it, not transporting, but for my build, I'm buying a bomber and 2 transports to help refill all these transports I've lost through debatably fumbly bumblies. Okay, and let's take a look at Russia. I think we can keep bombing them if we want. I don't really have other targets. Let's... oh, no. I need these to hit that fighter. I can bomb with 1. For here, I think I'm just going to pull back. These bombers, might as well put them to work. I could hit this with a bunch of air, but I don't think that's a good trade. This guy can 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't really want to land him there. That right there should suffice. I think that's good. I have to be cautious for here because he's very close to having odds on me. Very nice. Got him. Excellent. Very nice. Okay, well, we'll just land these bombers in Madagascar. We'll pull this ridiculous fighter stack we have. Let's pull one guy back. Let's see. Let's land, can I land those blokes there? Put some pressure on him. I'm okay if he wants to target the Navy. Honestly, I feel a lot of players overvalue Navy, especially if there's only like 1 transport in it, because in my opinion, Navy is just not that useful. It just sits there and defends. I'm quite happy. Oh, let's not do that. Let's bring this guy home, because I'm going to be a little transport heavy next turn. So let's just do our best to save every unit we can, because I'm only buying... yeah, that should work out perfectly. can these transports land anywhere else? I guess nothing can hit them in Kwangtung. I think it, well, I give him a chance to get lucky. Why give him a chance to get lucky? Huh? Do I really want to go here and pressure Africa? He is pretty light in Africa. I think that is a good idea. Because these units are most likely going to move here. I don't think he has enough to split. So putting Africa pressure seems reasonable to me in this situation. As much as I'd like to send another fighter here, the odds on Kazakh are a little strained right now. It's a 50%, 49% capture for him now, and if I remove one plane, it goes up to a 65% capture. So I really do need to keep every unit I have here. I don't think he would go for that sort of YOLO because, well, then he'd just be dead. I mean, how much money does he have? He has 16 IPCs. He's got a repair. I guess UK could put some planes there, but I think it would be a pretty damning attack, but you never know. So, and his odds are bad here, and if he takes it and gets lucky, so be it. I'll survive. I have extra transports. All right. Interesting game. Let's put the tank on the mainland. I always like having tanks for that added extra pressure and mobility. At least one tank. I don't usually like having more than one tank because I just rather have infantry, but my purchase was a little wonky since I was buying a bunch of transports. It's kind of hard to spend my money, so I said, let's fill in the gap with the tank. I'd really rather not buy an extra industrial complex since I'll have Caucasus soon and India soon-ish. So it doesn't make a lot of sense in my mind to invest in an industrial complex when I'll have all the complexes I need for free in a few turns. All right, that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time for Germany 8. Welcome back. It's Germany 9. Let's take a look what the scoreboard's like. Neck and neck game here, attack power wise. Let's see, he purchased 9 land units and a fighter. Got a successful bombing raid on Germany. Took Alaska for free. Hit West Russia. Okay. Finland, no losses. Hit Rhodesia, we got 2 hit back. So, nothing much to say there. So, what did Russia do? He took Caucasus and lost 1 infantry. Left us quite a few units here, which was a little surprising. Maybe he's hoping to get a plane off of us or artillery. I'm not sure. But, you know, not a big deal. We want to trade him down. So for this turn, I'm just going to buy some more artillery and infantry. I was thinking, and I do believe I want to evac Karelia now that I'm not worried about him transitioning a stack into Karelia, because if he takes all these guys and moves them up there, I can easily smash it. Whereas before, there was a chance he could take it, but he's emptied everything out of Norway, so I don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to bring most, if not all, of my units down. I'm a little conflicted as to whether that's the right thing to do or not, but I think it makes sense. I was also considering maybe I should have done that a turn before or not. Nice. Well, perfect round. Just what the doctor ordered. Okay, so let's pull all of these guys back. Maybe I'll leave one infantry here to possibly trade West Russia if the need arises. Oh, I guess I'll have 2 infantry to trade it. Man, Japan's been a real slow roller here. I feel like they have a lot of attack power, but they just don't have that many units. That's a little interesting. Income's not bad either. I think I'd like to put some more pressure on the US to prevent him from stacking France, so I'm probably going to want to keep trading Alaska, disrupt his logistics, because he wants to have 14 units here. But if he has to fight for Alaska, then that's going to be a little harder. In fact, I wonder if I could even send 3 transports. Could he take that back? Yeah, if we had 6 units. I don't know. Something to consider. Wow, he has a lot in India. All right. Let me make sure that he doesn't have odds here. As 14 land units, plus it was a 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me quickly punch that into the calculator. I don't want to lose a giant stack because I was too lazy to do proper math. So let's see, he can hit me with 7 infantry, 6 artillery, a tank. How many fighters are in range? 6, 7 fighters, a bomber, battleship cruiser against, what do we have here? Ooh, that's actually a really good attack for him. I'm glad I calculated that. I guess I can plant the tanks here. Let me see, I have AA after infantry, right? Good. And if I plant 8 tanks there, that should be obviously terrible for him. It's also another consideration is I could possibly do a 2-1 attack here on Russia, but I think I'm slightly advantaged in this position. I'm not completely certain I'm advantaged, but I don't really feel like taking a big risk. I feel like I have a lot of planes in Japan, so once I stack Caucasus or clean out India, I'll have a lot of freedom to just build up Air Force in Germany to force him to buy more Navy instead of killing Germany, and allow me the opportunity to just take over Africa, take a huge income advantage, keep flying planes, force more Navy buys, and I think I should come out on top of that stalemate. At least that's my idea. There's no way he has odds here, right? Shouldn't be. Yeah, I can fly 10 planes, and if he does a big YOLO on Germany, 10 Japanese fighters should squash any impure thoughts he has about that attack. Don't know why, but I like the term impure thoughts. Get a little chuckle out of that. So we can see we have a slight attack power lead, but if you have a slight lead like that after your turn, it's basically an even game. From the income side of things, let's look at what they have. They got 70, 80. They got 92 income. We're sitting at 97. But pretty soon these are going to lose France. So we have a slight lead here. But again, I think this could be anyone's game. So a little bit of a nail biter here. All right. That's it for now. See you guys next time for Japan 9. Welcome back. It's Japan 9. Let's take a look at what Tony did. He bought 10 land units, hit Finland, no losses, hit France, and we skunked him. Looks like we got double hit backs. What did he hit France with? He only hit Finland. Oh, lots of bombards. Yeah, he's doing very middling attacks there. Kind of a little greedy, but I guess it worked. And we got an amazing result there in Persia. We killed a fighter and an infantry. So what did he hit us with? 1 infantry, 2 fighters. And yeah, it looks like he really did want to give us Persia, which makes sense because technically we could send our stack here and have very compelling odds to capture India next turn, but if he fully defends it, it's only like a 66% chance to capture, and it will be IPC negative for me unless I skip Caucasus. Then it's just a middling fight, and I don't really want a middling fight. I want crushing, overwhelming odds. So I think for now I'm going to cool my heels because this is just too many. He has 20 infantry. He has so many units in India, and I just don't want to give him any value out of that mega stack. So I think I'm just going to chill here. So anyway, I'm going to buy 8 land units, 3 bombers. I have a lot of money. I need to spend it. It kind of stinks. I'd rather not have to hurt my logistics in order to, do what I want to do, but sometimes that's just how it is. And I'm going to risk my fleet. I fully expect the US to probably sink this, but you got to do what you got to do. I think it's worth taking Egypt this turn because I can put a complex there if I want. He can't do a lot to stop me. I'm going to, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to keep bombing Russia because I'm not too worried about getting enough planes to sink his fleet because I need these guys to defend Kazakh. And I think I'm going more for a Moscow timing kill because I think I can get away with it than I am trying to sink his fleet and go for a super long protracted game. Or at least that's what my idea is. I have to be careful because I'm going to give him middling odds depending on how many aircraft. If he shoots down 1 aircraft, it's okay. If he shoots down 2 aircraft, I'm in a little bit of trouble. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Am I missing anything? I mean, might as well hit this too with completely overwhelming odds. Can you hit anything useful? You cannot. Had good luck with the bombing raids, and that good luck ends here. Always sucks when you lose a bomber, but makes sense. I rarely bomb Moscow, but I think in this situation it makes sense because they're still cut off from reinforcements, and I want to whittle them down as much as I can. Again, I'm hitting Alaska because I have temporarily the IPC edge, and I want to distract USA from putting pressure on Russia as much, pressure on Germany as much as possible. Good, the AA missed. Wow, fantastic. I'll take it. Alright, I will take that. Let me check my defense profile. Good, I do want that aircraft carrier to take the bullet first. I think I can start moving guys there. Let's get all this messy stuff done. Doesn't have any bombers. I guess I'll put that guy there to reinforce Alaska. Oh, I don't want both of you. Okay, I'm going to move. I have two options here. I can either move this here, and I think I'm going to move it here, even though technically my reinforcements... is that what I want? Because my reinforcements will be slower if I pick these two, but the ups, you know what? I can do better than that. I'm going to pick up here and drop here. This way I can pressure Western United States, and I can offload it. You know, who says you can't have the best of both worlds? I don't want the bombers here. I don't think he's going to take this attack, because it would be silly for him to take this attack. But you never know. It's a 35% capture, IPC negative for Russia, and if he does take a silly move like this, I want to be able to shut him down. I mean, does putting my bombers there make his odds worse? It does. It gives can my bombers get more range if they're here? I can go 1, 2, 1. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. They don't really, you know. I should put my bombers here. I can hit Africa a little bit easier. It really is just a better spot. I guess I'll move. Maybe I'll start moving this guy down to dissuade the US from dropping more in Africa. He doesn't have any more subs here, so I can just keep this guy here in case I want to move after India for whatever reason. Did I buy any fighters? I did not. I don't have any fighters to keep back to hit Alaska. Actually, where can I see about these bombers? Can I put... Yes, if I put my bombers there, they are in range of retaking Alaska. I think that makes sense, because having 2 bombers here should be enough to take out Libya or take out Anglo-Egypt, Sudan. I guess I should move one more guy there, right? Because I don't want him blitzing. Makes the odds here... What are the odds? It's a 31% capture. I think I can give him that. That'd mean I'd get to keep Caucasus. I'd have a bunch of planes, and it just isn't a logical attack for him. We'll move this guy here to Karelia to hopefully trade with Finland and stuff to maybe take some pressure off Germany. That's the idea, at least. And it's really nice that we've kept him out of France for this long. It's a big win in my book that we were able to do that. So we don't have to keep losing Italy and losing those 6 IPCs. Okay, I think that looks good. Let me double check you can't hit this with some sneaky sub or bomber. Alright, man. I feel like I'm actually not putting on that much pressure against Russia, because I guess I feel like I'm just trickling in some units here, trading some here, trading some here. So even though, what did he even buy last turn? He could only afford 3 units. He's, what's his IPC count? 15. He's probably gonna just try to retrade Caucasus every turn, so should have some killing pressure on him in maybe a few turns, so we'll see. Alright, what's the scoreboard say? The scoreboard says, okay, we actually got a little, starting to get a little bit of a healthy lead despite losing that bomber this turn. All our other attacks were quite perfect. Yeah, what was our combat? Yeah, sorry, bomber, rest in peace. But we got these without losses, so not a great turn, but it could have been worse, that's for sure. Alright, well, this is an interesting game. I feel like I'm starting to develop a lead here. I should be able to... Yeah, he's going to have to dedicate at least 3 or 4 units, because once I capture this and can produce out of here, he's on a death clock for sure. Well, I guess I'm kind of on a death clock here with this nasty stack, but Germany's still pretty strong here. So, alright, that's it for now. See you guys next time for Germany 9. Welcome back. It's Germany 10. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. We're ahead by 1 attack power after this turn. So, Tony bought 12 units, a fighter, hit Karelia, lost 2. Looks like he air raided Archangel with 2 fighters, no losses, so that was fortunate for him. And we skunked him in Alaska. What did he hit us with? Only 3 units, but still nice dice there. And we force him to defend Western US because we can technically hit with 4 units and a bombard. Can these bombers hit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dead. Okay, they cannot. It's worth a thought though. So Russia repaired 4, bought 3 units, took Karelia for free. Hit West Russia, no losses. Lost 1 in Caucasus, so pretty good turn for Russia. Anyway, this turn I'm just going to repair 4. I'm going to buy more artillery to be aggressive. I'm going to try to power down Russia here. Oh, no. Okay, I also... need to hit France. That should be a pretty clean hit, though. That's it, right? Hopefully I can start... a little scary when that bomber misses. course, we won't hold that, but I still want to trade it. He nailed us. Hate it when they get those double hit backs like that, but can't do much about it. Trying to evac the whole crew down there. I'm gonna keep all the fighters here for now. 2 infantry is enough. And I should have odds on this northwestern stack next turn. Trying to decide if I want to leave more units to keep trading Karelia. I don't think that I do. I'm already applying sufficient pressure with Japan, in my opinion. Once I deal with this problem, even if he takes Karelia, he won't be able to stop me from stacking Caucasus in probably maximum 3 turns. And if I stack Caucasus, even if I lose Karelia, it's okay. But if I can deal with this, the game should be ours, asterisk. We got France. I can swoop down, take India anytime. I just need to make sure he doesn't have some crazy France stack timing. And since he put more units here in Western Canada, instead of putting them in Eastern Canada to reinforce the France stack, we should be in decent shape here. Do I really need this many AA guns? I think I do like the idea of having the AA guns there just to discourage him from trying to air raid it, though that doesn't really make sense for him. Anyway. Not the best turn, failing West Russia. I mean, what do we get? We killed... only the one guy in France missed. All his other units took their price in blood, but I'm still pretty happy with our position. Mostly with Japan's position. Japan's pretty strong right now. Well, I guess they're not super strong. I just like the position. They let me stack Kazakh, and he didn't sacrifice a plane, and he's paying for it. So... alright, that's it for now. Catch you guys next time for Japan 10. Welcome back. It's Japan 10. Let's take a look at what Tony did. Pretty close game, but we are starting to pull ahead in the income department. Yeah, let's see, we're averaging... I guess I'll just say that's 89 a turn, and he's getting 40, 70, 84 a turn, but hopefully we can keep reducing that amount and as we take more territory over here. All right, so we're going to buy a complex for Egypt and 8 infantry. Not enough for full logistical load, but that's life. We actually have the opportunity to hit this, which is slightly tempting to me. Funny enough, they're, goodness, what are our odds? 5. It's technically an IPC positive fight, and I think I'm inclined to take it, because for several reasons. But the primary reason is it distracts the US. And that's exactly what I'm going for right here. this here. What do I want to do with these? I could move one of them to South Africa. Could move both to South Africa, actually. Bomber can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but then we'll kill it, so I don't mind that at all. Oh, no, no, no. We want to bomb, not attack. That could have been an error. Do we actually have odds here? He has... Can these bombers reach? They can. Can these bombers reach? They cannot. So how many can we hit here with? That would be 5 bombers. Not enough. Okay. Oh, I guess if I did this, I'd probably want to take 2 infantry. Not entirely sure. Would be nice to take 2 because if he includes the bomber, we can snipe it and kill it next turn, which would be a big win for us. I think that's reasonable. Oh, him killing here probably makes more sense, but we'll see. I can also snipe that with these bombers. I like this. That's 10 versus 8. It's a 94% clear, and will hopefully take a lot of pressure off Germany because we're starting to expand quickly. The more we can distract the US, the better. When you have an income advantage, you want to drag the game out if possible. Do I want to just attack this guy here? Is another interesting question. To just make sure I get this for free. I feel like even though it's a little expensive to hit this guy, let's see. It's a little expensive. I think it might be worth it. This bomber goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe not. His bomber can't really attack his fighter gun. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think it might be worth it just to not air raid it because I'll be able to take his bomber out with me because he can't afford fighters to defend these areas when he's trying to do a France stack. Oh yeah, let's look at what his combat was. Karelia took it, no losses. Persia lost 1. Okay. I think this is good. I'm going to make sure there's no bomber that can snipe the reinforcements to see Zone 64. I guess there's no reason this guy shouldn't attack too. You can never have too much overkill after all. Nice. 7. We'll take it. This is a little bit of a dicey battle. I mean, it's not dicey, it's 94%, but I can't afford to fail. Well, little unfortunate there. But still a good fight. That's probably about the result that should have happened. Yeah, I think that was average, so I can't complain about that. Shh, 2 hitbacks. Well, I'm glad I brought extra. Okay, I'm gonna add an extra guy there, just to put some pressure on him. I kind of like the bombers there. Let's add extra units to Karelia. I'm gonna put the tank here for now because I'd like it to blitz into Africa if possible. These blokes, you know, I kind of want the artillery on the mainland. Now this is going to be completely obnoxious for him to deal with. Completely obnoxious. I can promise you that what he wants to do right now is not be sending units here to defend C-Zone 10, because I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and sink his whole fleet. So he's going to have to put something here that defends against 4 bombers minimum. It's a shame the German fighters are here and not here where I can hit their fleet, but that's how it is. This is safe, right? Have yeah, that's safe. Don't really have that many units going into I'm going to move this aircraft carrier here so I can have the fighter land here and give me a little bit of extra room to, I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. So the fighter can, newly born fighter can hit Burma if he wants to trade it. But he's trading pretty light in India. And we're going to keep sending units here to force. Russia really has to trade with this, otherwise Japan can pressure and take Karelia and trade West Russia, so they're going to have to take Archangel and Caucasus back, which will increase the bleed. I mean, they're getting 17 a turn, and with the bombing raids, they're losing more units than they're gaining. And even though I'm getting a little distracted and hitting the US here, we're still pumping a minimum of 5 units a turn in. And that's more, plus the planes, so we are making some progress on that front, and hopefully this is a real threat. I can hit Western US here with a lot, 4 planes at 6 units, so he's going to have to allocate something to defend against the Japanese instead of crunching Germany. And when you have the income lead, the more you can distract them and stall the game out, the larger your advantage will be. And so we're just going to be buzzing little bees with the Japanese. Not worry about killing Russia. We can take our time there. No rush. All right. I think that's it. Right. Next turn, I am going to be a little short on transports, but that's okay. Or a little short on infantry to load up, rather. I could, instead of unloading there, have this guy go down here. No, this transport kind of has to do that because I don't have the I don't have the space. Yeah, this guy can't reach anywhere, so he's going to be forced to go to 52. So it'll all work out. Got our happy little Egypt complex. Egypt complex, it sounds like some sort of disorder. Sir, you have an Egypt complex. You need to see a psychologist. Alright, so after our turn, our lead has ballooned to 30 attack power. Of course, you know, the USA gets their big chunky turn, and they're going to get France income. But he's going to have some hard choices. He has to deal with this. This is a nightmare. And I have odds on this fleet, even if he adds everything he absolutely can here and skips France. I still have odds on Northwestern Europe, and I doubt he's going to skip France. So we got, hopefully we got them in a good position here to make some tough choices. Yeah, he's going to have to defend Western US, and he's going to have to defend his fleet here. So, liking our position, at least. It's a little tenuous here with Berlin kind of getting chewed up, but as long as we can keep the current board state, our lead should continue to grow. All right, that's it for now. See you guys next time for Germany 10. Welcome back. It's Germany 11. Let's see what Tony did. He bought 9 units and a sub. That's interesting. He put it here. I guess he got tired of me running free over there. For combat, he bombed. Nice. Took it out. Hit France. No losses. That sucks. Hit South Africa. We got a mutual suicide, which is the expected result. And let's take a look at Russia. 7 repairs, 3 unit purchase. Took Archangel, took Caucasus. So they're having to use, yeah, they're burning 5 units a turn and producing 3. So they're losing 2 units a turn, and we're gaining units every turn. So shouldn't be able to hold out for too much longer, but anyway, I ran the math. Turns out he actually can still hold this. I don't have odds here, but no matter. No matter. We should be able to hold out for a while yet. Okay, I think that should be good. Be nice if I could stack Caucasus and put my planes in range to prevent him from going to C-Zone 5. But, oh well.
Hey, listen!
Got it. At least he's not stacking France yet, which is worth something. Damn. Alright, well, let's just move everything back here. Trying to decide how many units I should send out here, because it's kind of annoying to let him have that. Yeah, I'm really not filtering in as many units as I would like into into Moscow's direction, because I've been playing around with the US, which I think is the right choice. You know, taking units away from hitting Germany is definitely the right call when we have the income lead, but It's really slowing down my pressure. You can see I'm only bringing in like 5 to 7 units in a turn, and I'm having to trade some here. So interesting. Yeah, I think this is the right call to move these boys out. I do want to keep trading here. Fortunately, it looks like Russia's going to... I guess I can just move these guys here, right? The tanks can still hit everywhere. This allows me to put a little bit of threat on West Russia. And he still shouldn't have any odds, right? On Germany? Yeah, there's no way. I don't even need to calculate that. I already had a 63% to clear this, which is, you know, the odds are technically in my favor to clear here, but I don't think I want to take that kind of risk. You know, 63% to clear, and then I have nothing left over, and I'm facing 2 factions beating me down, so I'm just gonna play conservative here. And you can see the scoreboard. After our turn, we have a 22 attack power lead, which, while not huge, is just going to grow. We're starting to get income from Africa. I'm going to start producing out of Egypt, and that's going to take away an additional 4 IPCs from the United Kingdom, which is already pretty impoverished. We're trying to trade out two or so units here in Alaska with the US. These bombers are going to come back and hopefully zone out this fleet coming from... Do I have odds here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 units versus 4 bombers. I don't think I have odds because the battleship has 2 health, but it's still something to consider. Or he has to consider at the very least. Alright. Close nail-biter of a game here. But what's the income going at? He's getting 60, 70, 86 a turn. I'm getting 97, so that's good. And our income should continue to grow. And I think in maybe 3 turns, we might have odds, maybe even 2 turns. We might have odds on Moscow once all these planes come in range. And he's getting close there. Alright, that's it for now. See you guys next time for Japan 11. Alright, welcome back. It is Japan 11. Let's take a look at what Tony did. 8 infantry buy. How much money does he have left? None. That's right. Well, I guess he took France, so he's at 29, but let's see if we can shrink that number down a little bit. So for combat, he took France, no losses, killed 1, lost 1 in Persia. Excuse me. Nothing too out of the ordinary. We are getting pretty close to being able to safely stack Caucasus. Not quite there, but very close. So I'm going to purchase... Oh, well, I guess I'll show you my purchase. I'm going to buy a tank, 2 bombers. You know what? I think I might even buy a second tank, just because I think I'm going to maybe go for the kill. I already have about a 70% chance to kill him, but I just don't want to take it yet. So let's just get a tank to amp up the pressure. And I guess I can send 3 there. We'll continue our Russian bombing campaign. Let's take this because it's basically free. I'm glad I forced him to defend Western US. Probably don't have odds there. Let's take this for Germany. Worst case scenario, the US trades it back. They don't really have any planes in range. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I guess they have their fighters. I think this will do. I don't think he has the ability to trade with West Russia. I'll probably have crushing odds on him. Should I hit this with the bomber? Might as well, right? Yeah, what can you hit it with? 2 Russian fighters? Okay. When I say hit it with, I mean hit the landing units. Persia, 3 to Caucasus. Am I bombing Russia? Where's my bombing? There's the bombing raids. Alright, I'll take that. Shame when they hit back, but it's only 1 IPC. I'm mostly taking it so he can't retake Transjordan from us. Excellent. All right, let's move these troops forward. I'm not too worried about if he wants to make a big break out into Vologda. He no longer has that opportunity to do so. I have really good odds on him. Let's move our navy here. That way I can maybe pick up from Egypt and land 1 guy to Rhodesia, and then the tank could blitz out if that's what I want to do. This guy can go here to keep some pressure on Western United States. Would he hit that with a sub and a fighter? I don't care if he does. Let's evac this bloke. These bombers can go there. This fighter can go join his colleagues. Let's move this destroyer out to add a little bit more pressure. Do I have any fighters purchased? I do not. I guess I'll move the aircraft carrier here. And the reason I'm doing that is... How many bombers am I landing there? 5? It's a party. Can you guys land only here? Well... yeah, nothing can really get to them. It's nice here because Russia can't afford to trade here this next turn. We should have really good odds on Moscow next turn. I don't think he can even afford to trade Caucasus. Let me finish up here and we'll see what the odds are. Yeah, he's just being like a turtle over here, and now the question is, do I want 2 tanks here or just 1? I think I want 2 tanks, so I can grab more income. I guess technically I can use this transport, so they're kind of fungible. That's a word you don't hear very often, fungible. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can't even hit that guy. He's so focused over there and with that big France, multinational France stack that I actually had odds on it last turn. Probably won't have odds this turn since I moved some infantry out, but I don't need odds. I'll take Moscow, then I can just fly these bajillion fighters over, and that should be game. Not to mention we're choking out United Kingdom here. Alright, that looks like... Wow, we should be getting some hefty income here. 63, not bad. What's the attack power lead? We got a 39 lead after our turn. Pretty nice. Yeah, you can see the allies are scrimping and scraping. Russia's still at 17, but let me run the odds here. He has 17 IPCs. If he does a full... I don't really want to do the math. I'm just going to assume he gets... He can build 3 units there. He'll go to 31. 31 infantry, 6 artillery, 1 tank. Can those USA fighters reach? He can't bring the US fighters, though. Otherwise, I can smash that France stack, can't I? But I'm just going to assume for the sake of math that he moves everything over. And let's see, I'm going to have 21, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 29 infantry, 3 artillery, 1 tank, 12 fighters. How many bombers do I have? Let's zoom out. We got 8 fighters. Man, after the graphics card update, when I Alt-Tab, my screen turns black. It's very disorienting. So we have a 98% chance to capture Moscow next turn if USA adds all 7 fighters and Russia doesn't attack anything, which I'm guessing he'll probably just trade back and not do the math. If he doesn't add those 7 US fighters, it's a 100% capture. And if he trades anything at all, the odds only get better for us. So, yeah. Can you do better than 100%? Well, technically no, but the cost will go down, the profit will go up. So, looking pretty good here. So I'll call it here for now, and see you guys next time for Germany 12. Welcome back. It's Germany 12. Let's take a look at the board. Looks like he narrowed our lead down a little bit, so we're only ahead about 7 attack power. So for the US, he bought a bomber, 10 land units. He took Canada, no losses. Took Italy, no losses. And lost 1 in Algeria. And for non-combat, it looks like he unloaded some units in Africa, which doesn't make sense to me because he's on the clock. He has to do an all-in to kill Germany, and his odds are 0%. That's even without the 12 units from Japan. So he can't really afford to be contesting Africa, while Japan takes Moscow and marches a bunch of stuff over. I think, frankly, the game is probably over at this point because I'm just going to buy nothing but fighters for Japan here on out. You know, probably 2 or 3 a turn, land them in Germany, and Germany's going to lose some income here, but I should be able to last more than long enough for Japan to come bail the Germans out. So we'll see how that goes. For the oh yeah, what did he do with Russia? Fighter AA gun goes to Karelia. No losses West Russia. 1 loss Caucasus. Failed Archangel. So I'm just gonna save 3 IPCs by 10 because I'm probably going to be IPC negative from here on out. I'm a little tempted to capture Caucasus for the extra income, but I don't think that's needed on the off chance that extremely off... Oh, I can take this. And I will. This naked? It is naked. Okay. Well, we take those. I do want to take Italy so we can't build here and erode more of our income. I'm trying to decide if I want to blitz Karelia. And it's a little tempting because it's really IPC positive, but that's not my win condition. I just have to survive, and I'm going to win. I'm going to take Moscow and Caucasus. May not hold them. I don't know. I think he probably plans to do a 3-1 attack on Germany, but I don't think that's going to end well. So I just need to survive, and trading 2 or 3 tanks, take this out, doesn't maximize my odds of survival. I just want Japan to take these territories, then I just want them to pump out planes and march their big stack over here, and that'll be the game. So let's keep our eyes on what we need to do to win. And what we need to do to win isn't searching for where I can just get a little bit of extra value. Is there something wrong with my sound? The game sound? Let me see here. Okay, there we go. It's so weird how the game settings change, or the OBS settings change from time to time. I don't change anything, but sometimes they just don't work. Well, got a perfect round, so I can't be too upset with that. I would like to... I'm going to move at least 1 tank there so I can blitz out if I need to. I would like to move 2 infantry here. Can he defend it as UK? He has 4... I guess he has 4, 5, 6, 7 units, and I have 8 bombers, so I should be able to contest that. So I'm just going to move these guys here. I'm not going to offer Russia these attacks. If he wants to lightly move in units, I can potentially trade it back. I think he's probably just gonna Hulk smash his way into Ukraine or Belarusia, maybe put 1 guy there. That would be ideal. He has 0% on Berlin right now, even if he hits with everything, and the Japanese don't help at all. So I don't have to worry too much there. I just need to... Yeah, he can't... Oh, I forgot that destroyer. He can't really hit that with the UK. I mean, I guess he technically could, but I'll definitely take a 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I'll definitely take an 8 on 8 in C-Zone 5. I'm happy to trade these bombers for Ally Navy. Okay. Looking good there. We'll plop our tenor down. Make sure I'm on AA second. I am. And we're probably not going to see that. Yeah, it went a little bit in the attack power zone, but taking Moscow is huge. It means Russia's what's that phrase? Like a river without a source. I could potentially dive down into India, but I don't want to do that because it doesn't accomplish my goal of winning, which is to keep Germany alive. Once I get this fat stack into Berlin, the game's done. It's over. In fact, I don't even need to get that fat stack to Berlin. I just need to start trading this stuff, fly fighters in every turn. With Germany's income, they should be able to last a long time while I gobble up the rest of the map. So we'll see what I want to do when it comes to Japan's turn. I haven't fully calculated everything out, but I don't think I need to. It'll depend on what he decides to do. So anyway, that's it for now, and I'll see you next time for Japan 12. Welcome back. It's Japan 12. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. Wow, looks even Steven here almost. And what did Tony do? He bought 8 land units. Hit Baltic, no losses. That's pretty sweet for him. Burma, no losses. Northwestern, no losses. So he had a perfect round. And I am shocked that he went for Baltic here, because I have a 72% chance to clear his whole navy here. And these fighters are coming next. So a little surprising he decided to do that, because he's going to have trouble protecting his fleet now. So I'm just going to buy 10 land units and 3 planes. I don't actually need 3 planes in order to... Let's see, I don't actually need 3 planes to... Well, I suppose it will mess up my logistics a little bit, but I just want to do 3 planes because I just need Germany to survive. It shouldn't be too difficult for Germany to survive. I could use this guy to take India here instead, but I kind of want to protect this German income more than I want to take India. I'm a little confused as to why he abandoned India like that. But he must have a plan. What does the game think of my odds here? Favorable. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, it's big positive. Oh, how could I forget? I have to move into Moscow. I want that money. I'm not going to say no to it. Probably have a really bad chance at taking Western US. There's no real point in exploring that possibility. No real odds there. I guess I could just take this transport and move it here. Then I can unload with the max logistics next turn. That makes sense to me. I don't want to give him the opportunity to land here with the US because he doesn't have enough units for a... Well, I guess he does have enough units for a full shock with Canada there. Okay, I think this is the right play. I can't hit anything with these bombers. I can't... Asterisk, I can't hit anything that makes sense. Okay, I like that. All right. Caucasus, that should be enough. Alright. Let's see how it goes. Barely enough. These fighters are fighting like union workers. Doing the bare minimum there to complete their contract, huh? That was not the best. Well, I can accept that. Well, I guess it turned out to be about average. Should take off some respectable pressure off of Japan here, at least. I guess I probably should pull back with this guy. Probably land down here in South Africa, but not much I can do about that. I'll just move the rest of these guys forward. I'll still land 2 here. I'm going to move my stack to Szechuan instead because I don't know what he's planning to do. So better to have my units in range to slap him down if necessary. Oops. And then we'll unload there. I'll keep the battleship here to potentially hit Alaska. I'll put the bombers there as well with the same plan. I guess I can add the cruiser. I'm not too worried about India. India's just, how do you say? India's what I'd like to call a bonus right now. Where do I want to put these fighters is the question. So if he decides to retake Russia here. Oh, yeah, he didn't repair. Oh, that's why he built in Karelia. I bombed him to oblivion, huh? I don't... Can I recapture? How many units does he have? 20, 28. I'm going to have 19, 20, 23, 24, 25. These guys might get blasted. 25 units. I think I would rather keep the fighters here so I can blast Russia if I need, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Heck, it might even... I want to dead zone this is what I want. Can he even protect this? He should be able to. Yeah, he is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, I don't know. I'll put those guys there. Let's see if he has to defend this. Maybe if he pulls units away from France. I'm not sure. If he wants to retake Moscow, I guess I just let him. See, does he have any bombers in range of this bloke? I'll put the aircraft carrier here so it can... Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I want more guys in India. I guess what he was thinking is I might have had odds to capture India here with just a bunch of fighters attacking, so he decided to move to Burma. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know why he did that. Just gave me income and took away from his buy. I don't know what his plan is. Trying to decide if having the fighters to discourage the U.S. fleet, force them to bulk up and not... Maybe I'll keep it there to discourage him from going to South Africa. I guess that makes some sense. He can retake Russia, but I don't think that's his plan. It looks to me more like he wants to do a kill timing? I'm not entirely sure. Even if he retakes Russia, I'll be able to just take Caucasus. I mean, he won't be able to take Caucasus and stack Russia, so I could just do another build here, take it the next turn, and it's not a big deal. Whereas putting it here forces him to take some fighters out of France, forces him to not hit South Africa here. Where'd this tank go? There. Makes sense. Alright, I think we'll go with this. Maybe I don't really care about taking Alaska. Let's see. Where can those bombers hit? Might be better to put the bomb. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I put the bombers here, they can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I guess no matter where I put the bombers, they can't quite reach this fleet. Or let me see. I put them here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. No matter where I put them, I can't really get a good shot. But yeah, I could put a bomber here. I'll put more focus on pressuring Alaska for now. Just want to distract him. Maybe I shouldn't land these guys here. Maybe I should instead land them there. That might make more sense, so I can put more pressure in Alaska, because it's going to take ages for me to get these guys down and doing something useful in Germany. Putting them here allows me to attack these zones, or at least this zone, more easily. It allows me to put more pressure on Alaska, and the more US units I drain to defend Alaska, the better. Yeah, because these guys are, well, you know, Germany will be dead or alive long before the units landing in Asia get there. It's the units being produced out of Russia and Caucasus that are going to have an impact on the game. Or at least that's my my plan. Yeah, he still has quite a bit of bulk here. I don't think I can quite stack this safely. Well, let's see. I can quickly run some numbers. I'll have... How many units were here? Yeah, 17. Yeah, there's just no way. No way he'll have crushing odds. No reason to give him then when we're in a safe position. Or a favored position, at least that's how I feel. Okay. Let's call it there. Put the artillery in Japan, because I might be hitting Alaska next turn. Get a little fighter train leading to Berlin. Don't think I need it, but it's... when you have a dominating position, it's best to play safe. Just keep funneling fighters there. Force him to buy Navy defense if he wants to keep stacking here. And, you know, let's look at the income. Yeah, we got UK down. Even with France, they're down to 27. Yeah, we're 99 income plus what we got from Russia compared to their, yeah, less than 70. So just keep flying fighters to Berlin, chip away at Africa, see if we can get them some units to draw down there, chip away at Alaska, and hold the fort, and the game should be ours. Yeah, what's the attack power lead? Not that much, but feeling pretty confident. I think it was a mistake for him to move down to Africa. Time is not on his side. He needs to do a killing punch, and every turn he delays will be a little bit more advantageous for me. I think he's planning to go in 1, 2, 3 more turns when the Russians can do like a 3-way attack. 3, that's what I'm guessing. Or maybe 1 turn after that if he doesn't want to try and capture Germany with Russia. But I just can't see that working. I'm just going to keep flying fighters in. I have a huge stack. Feeling good. All right, that's it for now. See you guys next time for Germany 13. All right. Well, it looks like Tony decided to throw in the towel there. I kind of denied him the decisive attack in Russia, sunk most of the UK's fleet, and heavily threatened here. I think the game was just about a wrap. I mean, maybe in some world he could have stalled me off here for a while, but with I'm just going to be flying 2 plus Japanese fighters over a turn. Japan will be able to clear up anything happening in this sector, so I think that was a reasonable concession. So well played to my opponent. Thank you everyone for watching to the end. I really appreciate all the new subscribers and commenters. Your guys' engagement helps drive me to keep making these videos. And after this match, I am officially undefeated in the Colonel's League. I'll have won every single game in the league without a single loss. So that's a guaranteed trip back up to the Generals Division, the top league. And hopefully we'll get in some good games for you guys next season. Take care for now.